After the Court of Appeal ruling on Tuesday, the 13th day of October 2022, on the case of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, that's IPOB, that Nnamdi Kanu has been acquitted and discharged based on the court's wisdom and its judgments. The Fulani government has consistently flaunted the court's order and they disobeyed the general law that has to guide humanity. Following the subsequent ruling of the same Court of Appeal by a different panel of justice to maintain state of execution of a free man, in this case Nnamdi Kanu, by the law, the IPOB and the Nnamdi Kanu legal team has dragged the federal government of the zoo to Supreme Court to make sure that justice is upheld. Well, it is believed that this latest move by Nnamdi Kanu as well as the legal team is what will finally sink and as well as crashes the Zoological Republic completely. This is believed that it will be the end of the zoo. Well, in addition to the legal documents presented by the IPOB legal team, here is a backup write-up as scripted by one of the IPOB lead counsels, Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, today being the 3rd day of November 2022. And I'm going to read it verbatim before the public. Quote, "We have appealed to the Supreme Court to set aside the ruling of the Court of Appeal staying the execution of the court's judgment, discharging and placing further bar to any further detention and prosecution of Nnamdi Kanu on any charge/indictments before any court in Zoological Republic." I am the one who put it that way. He wrote Nigeria. Recall that on the 28th day of October 2022, a three-man panel of learned justices of the Court of Appeal Abuja Judicial Division granted an application for the stay of execution of the judgments of the Court of Appeal, pending determination of the appeal filed before the Supreme Court by the FG, that is federal government. After a thorough review of the said ruling by our defense team, eminently led by foremost leading senior advocate of Nigeria, Chief Michael Zekeme San, an informed decision was taken by the erudite senior advocate and the entire team that the said ruling, which has no foundation in law or facts, placed before the courts should be immediately appealed against, for it is to be set aside by the Apex Court, that is Supreme Court. Our well-informed position was given a final nod by our indefatigable client Nnamdi Kanu during my last visit to him. We are, therefore, by this medium informing the general public, and Chineke in particular, that we have filed an appeal against the said ruling of the Court of Appeal delivered on the 28th day of October 2022 and will proactively follow up on the administrative process to ensure that both appeals are given accelerated hearing in line with the instant fast-track rules of the Supreme Court. We shall keep everyone abreast of the development in the appeals as we progress. We respectfully urge you all to still remain peaceful and law-abiding as always, and be rest assured that the ruling of the Court of Appeal now appealed against will be reviewed on the merits by learned justices of the Supreme Court. Let us reiterate, for the avoidance of any doubts, that the said ruling did not interfere in any way with the status of judgments of the Court of Appeal discharging Onyendu, the judgment of the Court of Appeal discharging Onyendu and striking out the 7-count charge still subsists. It has not been set aside. Thank you all and remain blessed. Tomu Chineke. We move. Signed, Sir Ifeanyi Ejiofor, Esquire, KSC, IPOB's lead counsel, 3rd November 2022. This is simple and clear. Barrister Ejiofor has just outlined the reason why they filed an appeal against the Zoological Republic in the Supreme Court. because of the state of execution that these three justices, the panel of these three justices, ruled and pronounced on the 28th day of October 2022 against the original ruling of the 13th day of October 2022 that said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is acquitted and discharged. But this one of 28 said that there will be state of execution. What does that mean? It means that the FG wants Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be detained at this moment, to be in their custody, which is the fact that the IPOB legal team is working against. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be released based on the initial ruling and judgments. Again, Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor just made people to understand once again, to clarify matters, so that people tomorrow, if they are talking, they will know the exact thing they are saying, the truth. That this latest ruling on the 28th day of October that said that there should be state of execution of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu didn't in any way cancel the first ruling as regard to ruling out all the count charges against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It didn't interfere those areas. It didn't talk about it. That those rulings are still standing. The only difference is that the state of execution, which the zoo maintain that they want to continue holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu illegally and unlawfully. That is the point that Barrister Ejiofor is making. So that people of all sorts, people from every news and cranny of Zoological Republic, in Biafra, in Africa, and across the globe will understand the stand of IPOB, the stand of the legal team, and the stand of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. IPOB have definitely finished the zoo. The zoo is worth nothing today. The zoo clock zero. If you weigh it on scale today, the zoo is zero. And that is kudos to IPOB. We are still doing great job. If IPOB that doesn't have much resources was able to challenge and withstand the BBC, and today hear the reports about what the world is saying as regard to BBC, you will know that IPOB is there. There is no force that we can see right now that can put IPOB down. And following that, just want to comment more a bit on the previous record we posted earlier, the previous video that we talk about the zoo military that had invaded Ohafia and Mango Ohafia. Yes, we have received some comments, and most of them are quite enlightening, those comments. One of our commenters said that these are the Fulani Tea group in uniform. That is not the military. Of course, we know, we are too sure of that. But we don't want to deviate our attention at this point. Our commenter said that our people in Ohafia should retaliate and fight back, that ESN should be involved. We know all this, but we do not want to, allow ourselves to be distracted. Because even though you say, of course, which all of us know that these are Fulani Tea group in uniform, yes, all the equipment they are using belongs to the zoo government, right? The cars, the jets, everything, the armor tank they are using, all the rifle was provided by the zoo government. The uniform is the uniform of the zoo government. It's the zoo government that is financing them. They are moving from the barracks in Ohafia, and sometimes they combine from other barracks. They come together. They are enrolled, inscripted into the Zoological Republic Army. So we know within ourselves that these are Fulani Tea group that brought from Boko Haram and ISWAP to join in the zoological military in order to carry out their plan of conquest of the Fulanese. We know. But then we will still call it by name, by its name. It's still the Fulani, it's still the Zoological Republic military. Because right now, they have ID card as the military, as soldiers in the zoo military. Their names are listed, shortlisted as soldiers in the zoo military, right? So the zoo government is feeding them, is paying the allowances. So in other words, they are still zoo soldiers, right? But we know what we are saying. In the last broadcast of Mazi Chinasamoro, he said that the action that the ESN is taking right now, that IPOB is taking right now, is quite productive. And you shouldn't be expecting us to be coming online to be telling you all that ESN is doing. So for those who want to ask questions, who want to comment, we know those things. But the best thing is that we continue highlighting it, saying it, so that the world will hear our voice. That this is what the zoo government, what the zoo military is doing in Abia State, in Biafra land. Do you understand our point? We know what you are saying. What you are saying is right. We know it. ESN acknowledges it. IPOB acknowledges it. But we will call things by their names. That is how it is. Because every time you see them, they are in the zoo uniform. All the equipment they are using belongs to the zoo. Zoo is paying them. Their names are shortlisted. So what again? Although we know their origin, how they came in, but we must continue doing the best. The earlier you continue circulating it, that these are those in the zoo military, the better for all of us. And the world will get to know what the zoo is doing. That what they are doing is that what happened in 1967 has not stopped. They have continued perpetrating it. This is called mass murder. This is called genocide that the Zoological Republic government is still carrying it out till today. This is the message, and that is where we stand. We thank you once again for listening. We will continue bringing you the latest updates of what is going on in Biafra land.